Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Figure Friday. So today we're looking at Detritus. Detritus, kind of going over this, is not a character I'm very familiar with, but I do have a little write-up here that comes from Wikipedia here. So that way we can kind of learn about him. I picked him up because he looks just so very much like how they had done Hound, and being a different colored Hound or whatever, I figured it was kind of neat, kind of cool. If we do get around to doing a D6 version of Transformers or whatever, I figured it'd be kind of nice to have some different colored versions of some of the vehicles and all that, or different Transformers, which, you know, usually they have some other name to it. Quite often we do see, just like with the Seekers, you have Starscream and then you have Thundercracker and all the others. And then once in a while they'll throw one in with some different wing sets or whatever, so it does change them up a little bit, but there's a lot of commonality to a lot of these figures. So, you know, it's kind of the open view on the box just a little bit, so we do get to see what he looks like a little, which is kind of nice for a lot of the collectors, although not having the covered window, he is susceptible to having a lot of the dust and everything from your own house kind of getting in there. Now I'm going to try and pull this back a little bit here and try and give us a little bit better view. Hopefully I don't mess this up too much. Let's see here. Okay. So as I get them opened up here and we start looking at them, I'm going to kind of read a little bit of what they have on Wikipedia for all those of us that are not as familiar with this figure, where he comes from, what he's about, and everything else. He does currently have the Decepticon logo, but as we learn here, that can always change on the whim. So, Detritus is a Junkion of variable allegiance from the Japanese portion of the Generation 1 continuity family. Let's see here. This is some tape. Alright. So, leaving his homeworld of Junkion behind, Detritus has become a mercenary, selling his services to either side of the Autobot-Decepticon conflict. So, depending on who's paying him. So, he's kind of like a Dreadnought in a way. So, although Dreadnoughts don't typically change alignments, but, you know, you get the idea. Being a mercenary, they'll go for whoever's paying them. Rumor has it that his appearance on the battlefield turns the tide of victory to the side that employs him, when in reality Detritus simply bides his time until he is positive which side is likely to win anyway, then offers to join that side. Like all Junkions, Detritus is capable of repairing heavy damage to himself with whatever scrap metal he can get a hold of. Detritus' ultimate goal is to use his earnings to build his own army and overthrow Wreck-Gar as the leader of the Junkions. In the meantime, he's hooked up with Decepticons under the Allies' Roadmaster to make use of their stolen power core combination technology. So, there we are. Alright. So essentially he's an opportunist. He only tries to work with whoever looks like is going to win. Whether we agree with that type of thought or not, I mean, that's what he is. Okay. So like I said, I mean, looking at him, he has a very similar look to that of Hound, which is why I picked him up. Let's see. I've got him out, but what I don't have is all of the weapons stuff. So that's got to be sitting in the box yet. And there it is on the package on the back side. So now that we know he's a mercenary, he's always willing to change affiliation to whoever. I think the Junkions, as far as that goes, were always an interesting format for the fact that they were able to kind of repair themselves on the whim, being able to just take a bunch of damage, throw something back on, and then they were ready to roll. I thought that was kind of a neat concept there. Okay, there we are. So as we look at them, you know, not having done a lot of the Transformers lately, we've been working a lot more on the Star Wars, G.I. Joe line of action figures and everything else. I know I've had him in the wings here for a little bit of time. I do have a couple others, and you know, unfortunately, it's some of the stuff that I've kind of built up, or I caught on sale or whatever, or clearance, and I just never got around to them. So I'm going to knock out a couple extra figures here in the meantime, because I've been finding them on clearance or wherever else. The G.I. Joes and the Star Wars I've been actively searching for the simple fact of trying to get them when I can. Not saying it's perfect or whatever, but you know, as a silly collector myself, and you know, I collected this stuff, I've kind of stopped and then kind of regretted it and come back to it. Here we are. All right, so I'm in the process of trying to figure out if I can transform them on my own. I didn't pick up Hound, so as far as that goes, I very well might mess some of this up. I'm looking at all this and just figuring out, okay, well, which way does it make sense for all this to kind of go? So here we are. All right. That's there. That goes up. This should... There we are. Okay. So I'm backwards here. I'm going to get the arms stowed away. Okay. That might be the tricky part for me, just looking at this. The legs, I think I've got that figured out already. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how to get the arms in here. You know, I always think I'm doing pretty good if I can start figuring out how to get some of this stuff kind of done here without needing the instructions. That always makes me feel good, because I'd never feel like I'm the smartest person in the room, which I guess I will say sometimes frustrates me, because I sit here and I think, if I'm not that smart, then how come I can figure something out and other people who are a little bit more intelligent than I am are having a hard time trying to figure this out. So I will grab the instructions, because I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm supposed to do with the arms. So let's kind of do this. So we do bring that up, which I had done. Flips that up. The arms just go underneath here. And then we go a twist down. Okay, so alright, that goes there, then it kind of goes down a little bit. That's what they're telling me. I don't know if I believe them, but that's what they're telling me. Alright, so we'll trust what they're saying. Because I feel like there's something else here, because those arms look like they're going out farther than where we should be here. Okay, so we got that. Nope, that's exactly what they're saying, and it does roll. It's just that the arms are underneath here. They do kind of go in a little bit, but it just seems a little odd, that's all. Okay, and then of course we can put that on one side and then this on the other. it's not that hard to transform. It just seems a little goofy with the arms. So when you look at the arms being just underneath here, it is a very simple transformation. And I think when we can keep stuff simple, I think that's why I really love how they did the original Optimus Prime. It was so simple. You really just kind of flipped out, or kind of opened the arms up, flipped them out, just brought the legs down, flipped up the head, and you're all set to go. So it worked just so nice and easy. And Hound isn't too bad, or Detritus here being the same way. So to be able to transform them, all we're doing is we're just popping the legs out here. Just you know, because it's got the little tabs here on the side, so we're just kind of undoing those. Get the feet out here. Oh, come on. I made it look so easy. But now that I get the feet in, now I'm having a hard time here. That's what it is. The arms are locking that in. Okay. Well, that explains it. Alright. I can get that out. Just kind of fold this around. That sits there. Here's the foot. This comes out. Just kind of flips around. There's the other foot. I do love how they have the feet, so that way the arms, or not the arms, but the ankle motions here. So if you have the legs spread apart a little bit, because just how bulky these legs are, which they, you know, we have to admit the legs are a little on the bulky side, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. You know, we're trying to fold this over. We're trying to make everything look decent. Oh, come on, sit in there. For whatever reason, it just doesn't want to snap in like it was before. The other side snapped in good. It's got a little notch here, so we just have to snap that in. So I got a spot right here. That's where it goes. There we are. Okay. So with the legs having a little extra bulk here, it is kind of nice having the ankles that they can kind of go out, so you get a little stability here. And that's some of the things I like about how they've been doing them. We can make them look how they originally did, and then do we get the head to move? We can go left and right, but we can't go up and down really. So and we do have wrist joints here, so we can put the guns in here, and then alright, you can even have the gun sideways, called gangster style. So you mess with my energon, I'm gonna bust a cap in you. But just having fun with it all. Alright, and just the fact that yes, we can move the wrist, we can move the whole arm, we can do all that. Although, one of the things, let's see if we can do this. Okay. If you remember, Hound used to keep this sitting up here, so that's what I'm just kind of wondering. Can I get that? Oh, okay. Looks like we have a spot here, so we can have that up there. Alright, that works. That works really well. And there's another one, so if I really wanted to, I could put this up here as well. So he could be hands-free to work on whatever he's going to work on. Yeah, alright. Not too difficult. I like the concept. I like having him, you know, I missed Hound. I don't know why I didn't get Hound. I don't know if it was one of those. Honestly, I'm just saying, I don't remember if I didn't have Hound available in my local area, which, you know, sometimes gets to be a frustrating thing. Thankfully, we have Amazon today that we can kind of do some of this stuff, and we can pick up the ones that we just can't get locally. But here we are. All right. So with that, it's not a bad figure. We do have the Decepticon logo there, which, I really wasn't showing him off when he's in the vehicle mode. The arms do lock in to hold everything together to make sure the sides don't flop off here. It's not that bad for transforming. Once you figure out that the arms just kind of tuck under there, not all nice and smooth, but it is out of the way. It did roll on the pool table here, so if it rolls on the pool table, it should hopefully roll on the floor, depending on what kind of carpeting you have. Let me just go from there. So not a bad figure. Learning who these are, I think that's kind of a neat thing to try and do. I know there's a lot of people that understand who a lot of these are, but there again, maybe some of us are picking up the toy because it looks cool, but we just don't know who the figure is itself. So, and that's where I kind of fall into the category at times too. So here we go. All right. With that, thanks for visiting. It's always fun having you sit around a pool table with me, and we can kind of talk here. Hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video.